with kind permission of the chairman, may I request our guests to kindly come on to the dais and occupy the respective seats. Sir, please. We should make the warmth by clapping. It's a yogic exercise. We are helping ourselves while we are clapping. Sir, thank you for the suggestion. May I now request my student friends. May I now request student friends to kindly offer flower bouquet as a token of our love and respect to the dignitaries on the dais. And I'll always request, मुस्कुराइए ऐसे कि बाहरों को होश आ जाए, मुस्कुराइए ऐसे कि बाहरों को होश आ जाए, जरा सी ताली बजाइए ऐसे कि उपस्थित हमारे जो मेहमान हैं उनको भी जोश आ जाए, सबका जोश आ जाए. So friends, to please offer flower bouquet. Thank you very much, friends. Ladies and gentlemen, you have landed in the land of Lord Jagannath. In Odisha, we do not begin any program without seeking His divine blessings. It's not, aerial distance is very short, and when you feel it from heart, it's very close to our heart. So let's join together in offering our tributes to Lord Jagannath Ji by lighting the holy lamp. May I request the dais to please light the holy lamp. Now we are all set to begin today's function. Once again, I welcome you and let me request the organizing secretary who has been doing hard work to see that everything goes smooth is none other than Professor Santosh Kumar Pandaji. May I request you, sir? We will be all standing for the tribute to this alma mater for SOA anthem. You must all stand up. With kind permission of the chair, there is a small change. During yesterdays and months, we have lost stalwarts in the field of agriculture and allied sciences, those who have contributed immensely, and their commendable contribution can never be erased from the history of Indian agriculture and allied sciences. It's time that we all together pay our homage and tribute to the departed souls like ex-DG Dr. S. Ayappan, Dr. K. Chadaji, ex-DDG Horticulture and the like. We cannot name all of them, but wherever they are, our respects for them. Can we all stand up for a minute of silence for the departed souls? Thank you. Thank you so much. It's now time that the man behind the show, Dr. S.K. Panda, he has worked day and night. May I request you, sir, as the organizing secretary, you must formally welcome all the delegates present here.
A very good morning, everyone. Reverend Vice Chancellor, Professor Paditha Kumar Nanda, presiding over this meeting. Honorable President of AZRA, Dr. D.S. Jayas, most respected DD Horticulture Vice Dr. N.K. Kumar, our beloved Dean, Dr. S.K. Rao, my colleague Dr. L. Karat, with the co-organizing secretary, Dr. P.K. Sadangi, the co-organizing secretary. There are dignified personalities from across the country. Dr. Joshi is here, Dr. Vidya Sagar, Dr. Sushil Kumar, Dr. K.I. Singh, Dr. Revati, Dr. Gulati, Dr. Pradhan. So many dignitaries are here of the dais, fellow delegates from different parts of the country, professors and heads of the department, all members of AZRA family, faculties and research scholars, and my dear student friends. Now it's my great honor and privilege to introduce our guests to the audience. Professor Pradipta Kumar Nanda, Honorable Vice Chancellor of SOA University, is an IITian and acquired his PhD degree from IIT Mumbai with specialization on computer vision. And after that he served this NIT Rourkela for about a couple of decades. And he was the principal investigator of Center of Excellence of Industrial Electronics and Robotics. Prior to his joining as Vice Chancellor, SOA, he served as Pro Vice Chancellor and the Dean of R&D, Research and Development Unit of this university. As an academician, he has visited many countries, UK, USA, Malaysia, and many more. And he was also an academic visitor of School of Computing, University of Leeds, UK. He is a recipient of Bharat Jyoti Award and Odisha Technocrat Awards. And we are very much proud to have you, sir, in this meeting. And I heartily welcome you, sir. It's a proud moment to welcome Dr. Digvir S. Jayas, a personality of eminence, to this August gathering. Dr. Jayas is presently offering or officiating as the President and Vice Chancellor of University of Lethbridge, Canada, and Emeritus Professor of University of Manitoba. Dr. Jayas has served as Interim President of Natural Science and Engineering Council of Canada. Dr. Digvir S. Jayas has received a number of awards from Canada, India, and United States because of his dedicated and meticulous professional contribution in the field of agriculture. He is the recipient of prestigious SACUP Global Food Security Award in 2017 and Brookhouse Canada Prize in 2008. He was honored with Sir Johnson William Danson Medal from Royal Society of Canada in 2009, and Dr. Jayas has authored more than 1,000 technical articles. Sir, we feel fortunate to have you amidst us as the chief guest of this 19th AZRA International Conference, and I will welcome you, sir. Friends, it's our fortune to have another legendary person, Dr. N.K. Krishna Kumar, as the guest of honor in 19th AZRA International Conference. He was a member of RSG of various bodies like Central Seed Board and also the Indian Institute of Spice Research, the former DDG Horticulture of Russia, and Director NBARI, National Bureau of Agricultural Important Resources. His contribution for establishing Directorate of Floriculture at Pune and PG School of Horticulture at IIHR, Bangalore is praiseworthy. Dr. Krishna Kumar has received a number of awards, and notables are Dr. Basantraj David Award and Navalvar Award of Biodiversity Conservation. Sir, your gaseous presence in this academy is highly commendable, and welcome you, sir. Dr. Joshi, in fact, honestly speaking, first time I am meeting him. So he is a consultant of IRI and is a renowned scientist in the field of rice. And I welcome you, sir, to this particular gathering for the 19th AZRA Conference. Dr. S.K. Raut, as you know, is our beloved Dean in the field of specialization in extension education. He was serving as the Dean of Extension Education at OET. He was the Director, Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation OET prior to joining this SOA. After superannuation, he joined here and assumed the charge of Dean SOA. And having a lot of international exposure, he has visited to US, Australia, Thailand and Philippines related to academic activities. He is the recipient of several awards like Best Extension Scientist Award from ICAR, so also Best Extension Scientist Award from UAT, Krishak Ratna Award, and many awards other awards he has received. And we feel privileged to have you, sir, in this conference. And I, on behalf of SOA and society, welcome you, sir. Now, at the outset, I must feel sorry for the absence of AZRA General Secretary, Dr. Anand Prakash, because of his emergency hospitalization of Mrs. Dr. Jagadishwari Rao. And now we are praying for his speedy recovery. Dr. Rao, Mrs. Rao, he happens to be the founder member of AZRA. So in his absence, actually we faced a lot of inconvenience in gathering all the information relating to the travel of our dignitaries. So sometimes it so happens some inconvenience is created amongst the dignitaries. So being an organizing secretary, I apologize for that. So this inconvenience will not be further repeated in the coming days, I assure. Now I extend a warm welcome to each one of you sitting in front of us. Your presence here today is a testament to share the shared passion and commitment we have for the common cause of achieving food security. This conference was conceptualized keeping an eye on securing global food security and challenges posed by environmental shift on agriculture and allied sectors. Over the next 3 days, we will be exploring all the 5 broad themes, including advances in sciences like biotechnology, nanotechnology, similarly smart technology, digital technology. So we have got 5 things we have already identified, and deliberations will be very much useful to the new research frontiers. This university has a mandate of addressing SDGs, Sustainable Developmental Goals, fixed by the United Nations through such conferences. And I am happy to say that this conference is targeted in fulfilling 6 of the 17 SDGs identified by the United Nations, such as no poverty, it comes under SDG 1, zero hunger comes under SDG 2, good health and well-being comes under SDG 3. So first 3 is being addressed by this conference. Similarly, climate action, SDG 13, life below water, that is 14, and life on land, SDG 15. So all these 6 SDGs are being addressed through this conference. I hope the diversity of voices and ideas you will hear during this conference will inspire innovative thinking and spark new directions for our future work. I, being the organizing secretary of International Conference, would also like to express my gratitude to the organizing committee and the volunteers who have worked tirelessly behind the scene to make this event possible. Lastly, I encourage all the young research scientists, the frontiers of youth here present in this August gathering, to take full advantage of this deliberation. Once again, I welcome and thank you for being part of this important gathering. Let's make this conference a memorable, insightful and impactful experience for everyone involved. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for the crispy and short welcome address. Together we will definitely make this conference a grand success. It's now time we know a little bit about Applied Jewels Researchers Association. For the purpose, may I request Professor L. K. Rath, Joint Secretary of AZRA and Co-Organizing Secretary of this conference, to please present a brief report.
A very good morning to all of you, and I welcome you all to this 19th AZRA International Conference being organized at Shiksha Anusandhan deemed to be University of Bhubaneswar, the temple city of Odisha, and pray Lord Jagannath to shower his blessings on you for your good health and prosperity. Respected President of this inaugural function, Professor Pradipta Kumar Nanda, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Shiksha Anusandhan, Dean to University of Bhubaneswar, Chief Guest Professor Legal SOA, President AZRA and Honorable Vice Chancellor, University of Cambridge, Canada, Professor N.A. Krishna Kumar, former DDG Horticulture, ICAR, Dr. R.C. Joshi, ED Consultant, Professor S.K. Raut, respected Dean, SOA, Professor S.K. Panda, the Organizing Secretary of this International Conference, and Professor P.K. Sarangi, Co-Organizing Secretary. I take this privilege to stand before you to speak a few words on AZRA. AZRA, the Applied Geologist Research Association, was established on 7th November 1988 at CRRI with only 4 founder members. The association was registered during 1989-90, and gradually the association gained momentum with induction of many scientists and researchers, academicians as life members, and the association became eye-catching both on national and international fronts. The first AZRA conference, which was organized in 1992, paved the path for the association to conduct national level conferences in every 2 years at different institutes of the country. From 2014 onwards, AZRA is organizing international conferences with full support of all the members of AZRA family. And today, with nearly 425 life members trust on AZRA to march ahead for upliftment of geological sciences. This association was established with an aim to promote modern scientific research in various branches of geological studies, to exchange the technological findings among the scientists and various institutes for an amicable blending and human benefit, to nurture the budding scientists through technology-based information for their intention to undertake higher research and award them in appropriate forum for their priceless effort in promoting geological science, and to develop technology to combat against climate change effect on agriculture, horticulture, forestry, fisheries, animal husbandry, dairy, wildlife conservation, etc. AZRA is committed to disseminate latest information to the scientific world through its publication of various books and journals, particularly the Journal of Applied Geological Researches, which is published regularly till date since its beginning of its publications. This is the, perhaps in my opinion, this is the only association in which this particular journal is being published every year with its 2 volumes per year uninterruptedly. AZRA has published by now 33 books, which are authored by various contributors of national and international repute. Last but not the least, I shall be failing in my duty if I don't quote the name of Dr. Andhra Prakash, who right from the beginning has put his commendable effort for today's conference, but due to certain health issues as already cited by our organizing secretary, Madam Jagdish Rao. She was hospitalized 7 to 8 days back, and again also due to deterioration health condition, a day before also she has again been readmitted to Care Hospital, and because of that only Dr. Andhra Prakash is not present here, and I am standing before you for his, on his behalf. With this brief report of AZRA, I conclude. I will thank each of you once again for your gracious presence. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Bharat. In absence of Dr. Andhra Prakash ji, we all feel his absence, and let's all play a core of part for the recovery of man. Thank you once again, Dr. Bharat. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a personality with us. He is none other than our Dean of this Faculty of Agricultural Sciences, this particular building and our faculty. We do have another building, PG facility, in another building. When this AZRA conference was proposed, he was not there. I was attending the meeting. When it was proposed that why don't you put it in SOA, in his absence, without taking his consent, I said yes, we'll take up. Because I knew he is the person. If you are bringing up something good for the institution, for the students and faculties, he will never step back. He will extend all his support with full heart and soul to go ahead. Sir, we are thankful to you, honestly. Let's put a hand together for this gentleman. He is always with us And without asking him, I did it, and he also nodded to the program. Sir, with your blessings and guidance, we are here. May I request you to kindly take on the podium and address the House.
Thank you, Dr. Sadangi. Good morning, everybody. Respected President of the session, Professor Pradipta Kumar Nanda sir, the Vice Chancellor of Shiksha Anusandhan Deemed to be University. Respected Chief Guest of the function, Dr. J.S. Jayas, the President, AZRA. Respected Guest of Honor of the function, Dr. N.K. Krishna Kumar, the former Deputy Director General Agriculture. Respected Dr. R.C. Joshi ji, Dr. S.K. Panda, my dear colleague, Dr. L.K. Ratha, Dr. Sadangi, esteemed delegate participants, head of the departments of Institute of Agricultural Sciences, professors, assistant professors, research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen, and also more specific, the press and media personnel. Really, this is an unique opportunity for Institute of Agricultural Sciences to host such an conference in a very vigorous way, and we are extremely thankful to the AZRA Association for deciding to host the program in our campus. So far as this AZRA is concerned, already Dr. Rath has expressed its this 19th international conference that is being hosted for these 3 days, the Applied Geologists Research Association. The title of the seminar is, the conference is very much fitting to the present situation, that is environmental shift, impact on animal biota, food, feed, nutritional security and human health. This conference addressed to the entire living organisms that are on this globe, and I hope definitely there will be a lot discussion and deliberation in this conference. As regards to AZRA, already it is a 37-year-old registered association dedicated for geological research with a greater relevance to agriculture, food, animal and human. This AZRA, as I understand, it has quite a good number of publications of peer review journal. There are 34 published books, and this association has identified and honored the different personalities who have brought a lot of work for the human being, for the community through the process of conferences and seminars. So far as this title of this conference is concerned, the environmental shift. Environmental shift is not a distant threat, but reality is that it is affecting each living organism on this planet. So it has the impact on animal biota, it has the impact on each and every living organism of this sort, so far as the climate change is concerned, so far as the global warming is concerned, and this conference will definitely address to these issues, and at the end we can, I hope we will get quite a good message for the society, so that through which we can bring some change. This conference will definitely address to the globalization, household food security, eco-regional imbalances, and mostly the environmental issues that affects each and every organism. I hope definitely it will give a great information and it will give a message to the planners, policymakers, researchers, and also mostly to the persons who are engaged in bringing the human society to a stabilizing situation. The action that needed at this stage, which will definitely be addressed, is that the challenges are immense, but the path forward is clear by safeguarding our environment. We are not just protecting animals or securing a meal for the individual. We are ensuring the health and survival of our own species. I hope definitely this seminar, I wish all success of this seminar. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your precise address. Ladies and gentlemen, and dignitaries on the dais, until yesterday afternoon, sir, as per MEP 2020, we are holding the Diksharama program here in this particular hall. I was a part of it and we are all a part of it. Now I see it is transformed into international conference, the same hall. It gives immense pleasure, sir, and I am really happy. You can see young buds sitting here, those who have taken part. And I believe this is a platform where they will understand, they will learn many things by grace of your kind presence and scientists. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest here with dignity and different identity. He has created his own identity in India and abroad by his commendable contributions. Put your hands together for our guest of honor, Dr. N.K. Krishna Kumar, DG Horticulture. He came directly here. He suggested, why not we observe a silence for the stalwarts those who have contributed. Thank you, sir. This is how we learn from you people. And I request my student friends, please unlearn old things, learn new things as I am learning from sir. Thank you so much, sir.
शायद हम बहुत अंग्रेजी हो गए, इतना अंग्रेजी है कभी कभी सोचते हैं कि हिंदी भी भूल जाए जो हमारा राष्ट्रभाषा है. एंड टिल एज लॉन्ग एज वी आर नॉट प्राउड ऑफ आवर ओन लैंग्वेजेस, मैं सोचता हूँ कि हम जो कुछ भी यहाँ बहस करें किसान तक जाने में भी वो बहुत दिक्कत हो जाएगा. मद्रासी हूँ फिर भी कुछ हिंदी में दो शब्द कहता हूँ. जैसे ही मैं यहाँ खड़ा हूँ, माई माइंड इज विद डॉक्टर आर.एन. प्रकाश and his wife, and I pray God, Jagannath ji, to so I pray God, Lord Jagannath, to bestow them with a good health and a rapid recovery. Maniya, most respected Vice Chancellors, Dr. Jayas, President of AZRA, the Dean S.K. Rao, the Organizing Secretary Dr. Panda. Of course, I am very delighted to meet a person whom I wanted to meet for a very long time, Dr. Joshi, and the other dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. पहले मैं कुलपति महोदय को बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि जो आपका विद्यालय है, विश्वविद्यालय है, इसका माहौल इतना अच्छा है कि आई कॉम्प्लीमेंट द एम्बियंस दैट यू हैव डेवलप्ड इन दिस यूनिवर्सिटी. ऐसा लगता है कि दिस इज अ ट्रूली एन एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट. देयर इज अ वाइब्रेंसी ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, देयर इज डिसिप्लिन. Even when people are coming, there is somebody to supervise. All reflect in many ways the way in which a university should take place. कभी कभी सोचते हैं कि कुछ मीटिंग पे जाते हैं, लोग बात करते हैं, घंटा बजाना है अंदर जाएंगे, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. लोग अपने आप आ रहे हैं.
I will not take much time except to say that we are at a crossroads as far as the agricultural and environmental scenarios of this. Not only India, कभी कभी सोचते हैं कि we only talk about Orissa, we only talk about Karnataka, मेरा भारत महान कहते हैं, और अगर आपने बाहर गए तो लगता है कि हर देश का अपना एक विशिष्टता है, महानता है. The world has become global. There is only one globe and there is only one earth. We have to become विश्वमानव्स. No, हमारा झंडा उठा के मेरा भारत महान कहने से काम नहीं बनता. Why I am trying to tell this is, climate change is neither restricted to Orissa nor to any part of India. Climate change is a global phenomenon. जब तक हम विश्व परिसर में क्या हो रहा है उसको नहीं समझते हैं तो we will never be able to understand what will happen to our country. If I don't understand what is happening in Andaman Sea or sub-Himalayan regions, or the locust problems coming from Africa, or the melting of ice in the glaciers, or the transboundary diseases. This is purely when we are talking about जलवायु का जो परिवर्तन हो रहा है और जैविक वैविधता जो नष्ट हो रही है, और वगैरह हम धान्य आहार और पौष्टिकता का जो सिक्योरिटी की बात करते हैं. Let us for once forget about narrow-minded approach and think to the world where globally we are all one. There are two schools of thought which are emanating in the case of biodiversity. Everybody talks about biodiversity. आजकल इकोसिस्टम तो इतना हो गया. हॉलीवुड इकोसिस्टम है, बॉलीवुड इकोसिस्टम है, पॉलिटिकल इकोसिस्टम है. जो एंटोमोलॉजी और साइंस में इकोसिस्टम होना था सब लोग भूल गए, और वही बायोडाइवर्सिटी का बात हो रहा है. The Western philosophy says the entire biodiversity is for the welfare of human beings. The Eastern wisdom says the welfare of human being is inbuilt in the protection of the biodiversity. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam हम जब बोलते हैं, our welfare is inbuilt in the security of all other organisms. That cannot happen if the numerical superiority of one organism, so-called the human beings on earth, dominates over all the other species and thinks that this entire earth is for me. And in this, enough of the consumerism pattern, we have to become more Gandhian in our approach, where conspicuous consumption should become less and less. If you want to become environment to be more sustainable, stop doing the unnecessary shopping, unnecessary purchases, anything that is unnecessary. This globe cannot accept. And if you go for this consumerism oriented approach, then what will happen is it's going to put up its imprint on the biodiversity and environment. And when that environment happens, you are going to have more problems of nutrition deficiency, more problem of food deficiency. You begin to occupy the forest land. You will have a man-animal conflict. You will have Jalvayu Parivartan. The problem is within us. Like when Mahatma Gandhi went to London and asked, Queen Victoria asked him, Mr. Gandhi, why are you wearing so less? He said that, Honorable Queen, you are wearing what is sufficient for both of us. So likewise, we have to make sure a simple way of living, honest way of living, accommodate every organism on this earth. Automatically, see, what we learn in a classroom is teaching. After you forget what you have learned is knowledge. When knowledge is applied in the right direction, it becomes wisdom. And anything beyond wisdom is the philosophy of life. We have to understand the wisdom and philosophy of life when we have to address the very theme of this conference, whether we are talking about biodiversity, whether we are talking about climate change, whether we are talking about food and nutritional security. Food and nutritional security does not mean you increase with the non-vegetarian consumption by leaps and bounds, because the World International Panel on Climate Change says that you cannot go on increasing the animal meat, because for production of animal meat it is 10 times more expensive than production of grains. So we have to recalibrate ourselves into thinking, become simple in our approaches, very, very simple in our consumption pattern, respect all other organisms, whether they are microscopic or macroscopic, respect nature, respect all other organisms that are taking care of this nature. you will see most of the problems that we are thinking today will automatically get answered. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. In short, you passed on the philosophy from wisdom to philosophy. Each moment is a learning moment, and rightly as I said, it never ends, sir. We are lifelong scholars. Right, sir? Put our hands together for our guest. These people inspire, these people teach us, these people show us the path we need to follow. They are the brains from whom we acquire knowledge, wisdom, and philosophy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have published a souvenir, the compendium of all your abstracts and presentations. It's now ready. May I request my student friends to please present on the dais the souvenir to be released in this auspicious occasion to make the day a memorable one. Thank you very much, sir, for kindly making me a part of this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have yet a personality with difference. Dr. D.S. Jayas. Most of the AZRA members, they know him, and he has been rightly introduced. He is the president of AZRA and the chief guest today. May I request you, sir, to kindly address the House. Put a warm round of applause for Dr. Jayas.
Thank you. I want to begin, as others have already mentioned. I pray for quick and speedy recovery of Dr. Jagdishri Rao. As many of you know, she has contributed to AZRA in a significant way from the early days, certainly since its inception. I first met Dr. Rao in 1992, so I know at least since that time she has been a regular contributor through publications, books and papers, so I certainly pray for speedy recovery. I also miss presence of both of them, Dr. Rao and Dr. Prakash here, and with your support, the recovery would go well. I also want to begin by thanking the SOA for hosting the AZRA 19th AZRA Conference. Institution has go through a significant effort when hosting a conference, and for the Dean of Agriculture Sciences and the Vice Chancellor of SOA agreeing to host the conference shows their commitment to advancement of the science and the knowledge in the field. So thank you very much, sir, from AZRA Executive Council and also from the participants. Thank you. For me, it's an honor and privilege to serve as President of the Applied Geologists Research Association. As you know, through conferences and regular publication of the Journal of Applied Geologist Researches, AZRA has played a major role in dissemination of research that and in the development of practical solutions to use animal biota for the benefit of society. Climate change is a reality at the present time, and it has potential to have a significant impact on animal biota. All animals have a range of environmental parameters for their optimal growth and survival. Climate change is going to affect these environmental parameters. It is well established that climate change is going to result in global warming, shifting weather patterns, increased carbon dioxide in atmosphere, as well as in increased severity and frequency of weather events such as floods, droughts, wildfires, hailstorms, and strong winds. Understanding the effects of these changes on plant and animal production systems, irrigation, pest control, food storage, as well as minimizing the negative impacts on these is critical for sustaining the growing world population. With an increase in temperature, certain crops will suffer from heat stress, while heat-tolerant crops will thrive. Due to heat stress, crop yield could decrease, and crops might even fail, thus making certain areas not suitable for crop production. On the other hand, northern latitudes and high-altitude areas could see an increase in degree days with increased growing season, thus making these areas more suitable for certain crops. However, on average, there will be more losses in the growing area than an increase. There is a need to conduct research to develop crop cultivars that are more heat resistant and require less water, because increased temperature will result in more water loss due to evaporation. With climate change, severity and frequency of floods are increasing in some areas, while droughts are occurring in other areas, both adversely affecting plant and animal production systems. For example, during floods, significant soil erosion can happen and nutrients can be washed away. Grazing areas for animals can be destroyed. One major impact of climate change will be on pest biology and behavior, be these pests of field crops, of stored products, and of animals. For example, potential impact on stored product biotic agents could be as follows for insects, mites, molds, and grains. Insects and mites behave very similarly, so the impact on both of these will be similar. Possible effects will be on their migration patterns and population dynamics. There are over 6,000 species of insects that infest food stored products, and 100 out of these are considered insects of economic significance globally. i.e., they cause serious damage to stored products and require interventions to keep their populations eliminated or at a minimum level. Most insects have a lower limit of temperature at which their activity ceases. However, they continue to live even at their low temperature. A few degree increase in the temperature could make these insects active, causing increased damage and also increase their reproduction. If temperature increase crosses the boundary to the reproduction zone, so that means like if they were just below that threshold, just a couple of degrees would make them reproduce again, and creating more generation of insects inside the stored products. With an increase in temperature, insects could move and establish in cooler regions, i.e. the areas of higher altitude and higher latitude, where they are not currently present. This could increase damage of stored products in these cooler regions. Pheromones and allochemicals could disperse to longer distance at higher temperatures, thus modifying the insect behavior more than at lower temperatures. Two possible changes that might occur are that few degrees increase in temperature could become lethal to some of the insect species, and drying of grains could be done faster. Increased CO2 has a potential to increase the respiration of insects, thus making them more active. There is a necessity to carry out well-planned experimental studies to understand the effects of changing climate parameters on behavior and population dynamics of insects and mites of stored products. And this certainly bodes well for the young scientists here. There is a lot of work need to be done to understand the impact of climate change on the animal biota or biological systems in general. Such experiments should evaluate how insects behave with 1 to 3 degrees centigrade increase in temperature, 1 to 2% increase in moisture content, and from 0.5 to 2% increase in carbon dioxide. Studies should also be planned to understand the insect distribution patterns in bulk with these small changes in temperature, as it could affect insect detection and control strategies. Molds, on the other hand, the one positive aspect of increased temperature is that grain may be dried to a low moisture in the field, making it suitable for better storage. But these positive aspects could be negated by increase in severity in weather events and heavy rains during harvest. Grains at high moisture and temperature are prone to infection by molds. Under certain conditions, fungi can produce mycotoxins, secondary metabolites, that are harmful to both animal and human consumers, as they are extremely toxic, carcinogenic, and immunosuppressive. Mycotoxins are not easy to remove during food processing, and most countries have a limit at parts per billion level, less than 50 ppb level for importing grains. Thus, mycotoxins have a potential to negatively impact global grain trade. With the increase in temperature and moisture or both, likelihood of mycotoxin production increases. Some fungi, such as Aspergillus flavus, can survive to 40 degrees centigrade and could pose serious concern with rising global temperatures. Grains themselves, as you know, the germination of grain is a very good indicator of its quality. Typically, 20% drop from initial germination indicates a decrease in grain quality. Increase in temperature and moisture content or both can increase the germination loss, thus making grain less useful for seeding or malting. When grain spoils, hot spots could develop in the grains. The progression of hot spots could be enhanced by slight increases in temperature and moisture content or both. Another effect of the increase in temperature and moisture content or both is an increase in grain respiration that can increase the production of moisture, heat, and carbon dioxide and other volatiles. This can further enhance development and progression of hot spots. Further, heavy rains and unexpected weather events just before harvest could cause farmers to harvest and store immature kernels, which are more prone to infection by fungi and infestation by insects and mites. Another effect of increase in temperature and moisture content or both is an increase could be a reduction in the cooking quality of pulses, increasing the time required to cook pulses, requiring more energy and causing palatability issues. So from my perspective, considering the above mentioned effect, entomologists, mycologists, engineers, and ecologists must conduct studies to understand the effects of these changes in environmental parameter on biotic variables in stored grains and other food systems, and develop mitigation strategies to maintain the quality of grains to feed the growing world population. We should work together in interdisciplinary teams, and we have for too long been working in our disciplinary silos, and I think we need to work together to find the credible solutions. Similar studies must be done to conduct it to understand the effect on other plant and animal production systems. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We have been listening to Dr. Joyce. We will be hearing from him further in this particular forum and learning many things from him. A warm round of applause, Must deserves a warm round of applause. I repeat, Veda says while clapping, we do good to ourselves by yogi kriya rather than encouraging somebody. So one more round of applause for yourself. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a personality with difference with us who has been chairing today's session. A perfect blend of academics, research, administration and compassion. As I said you earlier, I never took any permission before. Dean agreed, and it was now the term of Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University. So we together went to his chamber for informing, sir, we have decided like this. We were skeptical because moving on to a Vice Chancellor without permission, we have said yes. You will be astonished to know he extended more help than what we deserve perhaps. And he readily agreed that any kind of help, anything we should go ahead. And if it is in the interest of the institution, you should not step back. I am 100% with you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are proud that our administrative setup is so nice. Our colleagues are so nice that organizing this function becomes easier. Sir, we are grateful to you. It is none other than our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. So put our hands together for today's chairman and our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir. Sir, the podium is all yours, sir.
Good morning, all of you. Esteemed Chief Guest of this International Conference, Dr. DJ Jayas, President of AZRA, our guest of honor, Dr. N.K. Krishna Kumar, former DDG Horticulture Asia, Dr. Jushi from Philippines, our Dean, Dr. S.K. Rao, the Organizing Secretary, Dr. S.K. Panda, the Co-Organizing Secretary, Dr. L.K. Rath, Co-Organizing Secretary, Dr. P.K. Sarangi, all the distinguished delegates from different parts of the country and abroad, senior professors, faculty colleagues, delegates, students, ladies and gentlemen, print and press media. At the outset, I congratulate the Institute, the Dean and the entire team, and Dr. Panda to move to organize such a conference in our university. I thank also Honorable President of this AZRA Society who really consented to host this conference in our campus. Thank you very much, sir. And also I thank the entire team who have worked hard with the missing member who actually should have been here, who really met me in my office and was vouching for this kind of conference to be there in a university. At the outset, I appreciate today that we are in sync with the climate summits that's going on in Brazil, city of Belém. That's since yesterday. I think 50,000 people from 190 countries have gathered to address the issue on climate summits. And not only that, this time they have decided that while we have first set up what we promised in COP22, that's in COP28. So therefore, it has been felt globally that climate change, or the climate summit, or the environment now has to be addressed, and it has become a existential issue for all of us, the entire planet. Right from the students to the policymakers to the country heads, everybody has felt and sensed, been sensitized, and could see the effect of this climate change. I think couple of days we have seen all the abrupt kind of the floods, cyclones, kind of natural disasters. Last week I think we have seen in Indonesia, Philippines is going on. So therefore, the entire world, what Dr. Krishna Kumar was saying, that you cannot isolate us from other countries. And though there is a local and global variability effect is there, but nevertheless you have to sync with the global issues together with the local issues. And the entire ecosystem should be preserved so that we sustain our lives in the planet. In the industrial evolution in kind of 1950s, 60s, those kind of several decades, we actually didn't heed. We have not paid any heed to the entire ecosystem where we are living in. And this has also not affected the other species, also affected our own health, our own system. Therefore, we are now, it is noticeable that we have been trying hard to mitigate the effects. But it's not as easy because we have gone a long way. Enough has been done. So therefore, there are a lot of measures by different countries, conferences, sessions to address these issues. Like our own beloved Prime Minister promised that the last COP 28, that by 2017 India will have zero emission conditions. And it's not easy, but yes, the developed countries are also contributing, and so also the developed countries. Because we cannot isolate as a country that we are immune to this, and the effect on animal also is there because of the temperatures, as the Honorable President was actually saying, that the change in temperature will affect this. That has happened over the years. It is affecting not only the other species, affecting us as well. And agriculture is the worst hit. Because of this kind of abrupt sporadic changes in the climate state or the environmental state, that there are ample and visible effects to all parts of the globe. So therefore this conference is apt in this juncture to deliberate, to address, to think, and to create the budding researcher who will have tough challenges in life to address very complex issues. Though kind of it has evolved the other dimensions of our issue to help us to understand and also address this issue, nevertheless the challenges remain multifold. So therefore the onus is on the young researchers, young people, the students, and the budding researchers to delve into the finite dimensions of these kind of the problems and think novel solutions in their own domain, so that at least some part of this will be addressed in a couple of years, so that we breathe a relief that our life is spared, we will be safe, our next generation will live peacefully. And there is a saying that as the elderly or the senior citizens of our entire planet and the country, we must hand over a planet to our juniors, to our kind of successors, who will feel that our predecessors have never damaged our life. And this conference in thinking in this direction, I must appreciate the Honorable President's effort and the entire team's effort, the AZRA Society's effort to delve into these issues, so that we at least think of, deliberate, bring out issues, and also encourage people to come in these directions and contribute in these directions, so that entire planet will be benefited. With this, I wish that this conference will be a success. A lot of recommendations will come out. A lot of new researchers will be motivated to join this play. With this, I wish all the productive 3 days. Wish all the best to the conference. Jai Jagannath, Jai Hind.
Thank you very much, sir. You have been listening to a personality, a vice teacher, Professor Pradipta Kumar Nanda. I must make some candid confessions, definitely in this August house. While planning these things, we proposed many assistants from university. Honorable Vice Chancellor said, nothing to worry, because we are having the blessings of our founder president, Professor Manoj Ranjan Naik. He himself was a professor in OUAT. He understands things. Honestly speaking, whether it is publication of book, whether it's a dinner, he never stepped back. And that assurance was given through our Honorable Vice Chancellor sir and Honorable Dean sir. I always seek a big and warm round of applause for our President who is not here. But behind the scene, he has been always with us. A big thanks to Professor Manoj Ranjan Naik and a big round of applause for him. He is never visible in any of the occasions, but in his invisibility, he addresses all our problems. I don't know whether my words would reach to him, but my gratitude to that noble personality. Ladies and gentlemen, we almost come to the faggot of this inaugural session. It's now time that we respect and felicitate our guests. It's said, Pujya Puja. It's an honor to respect the elders, and in that procedure, may I request the dais to kindly come on to the front so that it will be easier for felicitation. Sir, sorry for bringing me out. Head of our family, he is also here. May I request President AZRA, Dr. Jayas, to kindly felicitate today's President, Professor P.K. Nandaji. Sir, we are grateful to you, sir. It was from AZRA side. Now may I request our Vice Chancellor sir from SOA side to kindly do the honors of felicitating Dr. Jayas sir, the President of AZRA and today's chief guest. I believe applaud is little less. Yeah, it's of word, right? I request our President sir to felicitate Dr. N.K. Krishna Kumarji. May I request once again Honorable Vice Chancellor sir to kindly Dr. R.C. Joshi, the consultant of EE. We are proud to have you, sir. We are definitely honored by your kind presence. I'll also request Honorable Vice Chancellor sir to kindly felicitate our lovely and inspiring, our own Dean sir. Sir, we are equally grateful to you for all your kind gestures, sir. Thank you, sir. May I now request our Dean, sir, to kindly felicitate Joint Secretary AZRA and Co-Organizing Secretary of this function, Professor L.K. Rath. Though last but not least, the man behind the show, who worked hard, is working hard and will be working for still some more days, is none other than our organizing secretary and a very lovable personality, Dr. Professor Santosh Kumar Pandaji. Sir, kindly felicitate. I put a hands together for this man. He has really worked hard. We are Thank you, so can have your seats, please. For the inconvenience of bringing up the floor. Point of view for taking good photographs around it. It's now time I have been delivering official vote of thanks. I will try to be. I must thank, first of all, who has been kind enough to grace the occasion, and he has always been with us, sir, not only as a Vice Chancellor, as a teacher, as a guide, and as our mentor, and thank you so much, sir, for being with us. A big round of applause for today's President and our Honorable Vice Chancellor. We are equally grateful to President AZRA, Dr. Yes, I put a round of applause for Dr. Jayas. We are equally grateful to Dr. N.K. Krishna Kumarji. Sir, though you had a very short talk, but you had a very nice message, sir. Please bless us, bless our students. A big round of applause. We can only give and turn for Dr. R.C. Joshi ji. He is a silent person. He never wanted to speak, but always, often silence speaks in volumes. I am equally grateful to our Dean sir, Professor S.K. Rao. He, by sitting here also, he is trying to organize things. Very agile person, very lovely person. You will find in next 3 days. You won't find him other than a delegate. He never wears that robe of Dean. Sir, thank you for being with us and guiding us, sir. Professor L.K. Rath, Joint Secretary, AZRA, a co-organizing secretary. He is my classmate, and sometimes I owe my postgraduate degree to him because I was not a very good student in college. I was moving for drama and so many cultural activities. And I used to borrow his note, and we got together, we joined OUAT in the same panel. And I'm grateful to him as a friend and our co-organizing secretary. And our bandmaster, you can say, Professor Ponda. He seems to be very cool, very handsome, but when he gets angry with smallest disorder, it comes down to us and we understand what is the landslide. Sir, Dr. Krishna Kumarji had a little problem while coming, and sir, you won't believe, I apologize once again. Professor Ponda was so furious on us. You came over. Once again, I apologize, sir, and I'm really grateful to Professor Ponda. He opens his heart out, and always a candid confession he makes. Thank you very much, sir, for being with us. Ladies and gentlemen, I must put a word of thanks to our invited guests and other dignitaries. But from core of my heart, I thank all the participants, those who have come from nook and corner of the country and abroad. Without you, this function is nothing. Without a bride and a groom, a marriage is nothing. Similarly, without participants, a conference is nothing. We can't give you anything, but I pray for your goodness, for your well-being, for a healthy life ahead. To Lord Jagannath, thank you very much for being a part of us, my dear participants and delegates. We have formed several committees to oversee and supervise different works. The chairmen are there, their members are there. Each one of them has put their hard work. They have burned night oils to make this a function success. I cannot name them individually, but my hats are off. I salute all the chairmen and committee members, those who have together made this function a successful one. You have always been seeing our student volunteers, and you can see my students. I am proud of you, my students, that you are disciplined, you must learn, you always participate, try to learn. A big round of applause for my students. I love it. Media. They have been constantly with us. We don't have much of media people, but our coverage is wide. From a single point we collect, and it is disseminated to the rest of the globe. I must also feel in my duty if I don't thank sound and light people. Always they remain behind the scene, but monitor things. A big round of applause for them, because without them, I will not be reaching you so easily. Our sponsors, all of them, a heavy round of applause for them. They may not be here, or some of them may be there. Our sponsors, we are grateful for their sponsoring to be a part of this mega event. I am equally grateful to ICL institutes and many private companies to have come up and shown interest in putting up stalls. So we have arranged a small exhibition to commemorate this cause. Thanks to all of them. This list goes on. I must make it short. Directly or indirectly who have been involved, whose name I could not take, from organizing committee side, from the institution side, from all of us, a big thank to all of you. And once again, I promise from the core of my heart, we'll try to serve you the best. Let's together make this event a memorable and historic one. Thank you very much. Jai Jagannath. With this, sir, we come to close of this inaugural session. With kind permission, sir, can we move on to the keynote address? Student volunteers, please help the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, we will be taking 1 minute or two just to rearrange the dais. Now this keynote address, as you are kindly aware, our chief guest and President AZRA, he is supposed to deliver. You heard him in very short, he tried to tell the impact of climate. Sir, I am a man of entomology, he was trying to